EnderMon here, and we're doing something a little bit different here. We got Discord Battle Royale. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a lot of stuff. I'll have an interactive map in the corner somewhere. I'll just throw it in there. And yeah, it's going to be pretty good. People are telling me their classes and where they're going to drop right now, and I'll show you where they are. And in that map, you'll be able to see the positioning of everyone. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Alrighty, everyone has landed in the map. We are playing on the, I actually don't know what this map is called. It's called the Lost Islands. That's what it's called. So, everyone's here on the Lost Islands. Everyone's talking here. And, yeah, we're going to be getting into these turns and see what happens. Alrighty, so what I've done is I've actually taken the random number generator thingamajig over here that I'm going to be using, so you guys can see as I do it to know that I'm not cheating if you guys are watching afterwards. So first up is red, of course, so they're going to loot. If I look on the thingamajig, it says they're in a high tier loot zone, which means there are 18 items here, so I go over here, 18, generate, 14, I go to list of items, I go to high tier loot, I copy 14, then I go to red equipment, paste it there so he knows what he has, then I go to the next person, and so on. So this person is blue. They are also in a high tier loot zone, so I can do the same thing. That's going to be 2, so then I go to list of items, I go to advanced loot, 2, and I got a really bad item, chicken blade, so that's a rip. And yeah, this is basically what I do for this game every time. It's pretty great. And then next up is yellow. They're gonna loot. Yellow is over here, high tier loot zone. All the high tier loot zones are actually taken. Like, you know, kind of everyone decided to land there. I mean, I would do that too. So it is the correct play. And then, yeah, we'll just keep doing this, and then the next round will start. Green. Green is also in a high tier loot zone, so that's 14. So now we can go to list of items and go to 14. Wow, that's a good one. The supply beacons, that's going to be really interesting to see how people do those supply beacons. So that was green, right? Yes. Then we can go to gray, which is the next person. And they are in a regular loot zone, and I believe that means there's 21 items, right? If I go to regular loot, yes, there is 21 items. So let's go over here, 21 items. So they got 6. So we can go over here and give them 6 magic bowling ball. That's a pretty good item, actually, from a regular loot zone. So let's give him that. Purple chat now. So loot. Purple is over here. They are in a regular loot zone. That's another 6. Sometimes that happens and it confuses me. I'm like, did anything happen? Actually, I already had it copied, so I didn't have to do that. But alright. Purple chat. Put it there. Alrighty, and this person looted. That's going to be a 3. So let's give them a crossbow. That's a pretty good item as well. And I believe we are now done with round 1. Alrighty. Red is going to go, so they're going to loot again, and you can only loot twice in a row at one spot. So that's going to be a 9. Let's go to advanced loot. Ruby armor, that is a really good item for red. That is definitely going to help them out. That supply beacon they might want to use pretty soon. We'll see though. Blue is also in a high tier loot zone, so that's going to... Okay, alright, another 9. That's alrighty then. Yellow's also in a high tier loot zone. That's going to be a 17. Alright, what is 17? That's a new one, I believe. Vegetable soup. That is a pretty good item, for sure. So let's give yellow that. And then we got green. And yes, bloop. Yes, you can. Alrighty, green is using their supply beacon, which means we can delete this. And they're going to use it. I'll do that in 1 second. But they are looting. And green is over here in a high tier loot zone. So that's going to be a 9. Wow, lots of 9s. Okay. So let's give this person ruby armor. I believe that's what it is. Yes, I've gotten it so many times that I just know what it is. So green equipment, ruby armor. There you go. Orange is also looting in a high tier loot zone. That's going to be 11. Let's go grab that. Emerald armor. That's actually better than ruby armor. That's one of the best armors in the game, actually. So that's really good for them. There you go. Next up is gray. They are moving to Discord Island. There you go. Gray is now on Discord Island. Congratulations. Yes, they can loot more. And they are in... Where are they? They're in a regular loot zone, which means that's 21. Generate that. That's going to be a good old 10. And let's grab that. I believe that is a cannon. Yes, that is a cannon. Congratulations. That is going to be a good one. And then finally we have Aqua. Aqua is also looting. That is going to be an 8. Have we gotten 8s before? I don't remember. No, we have not. That is a battle axe. Pretty decent weapon. Pretty decent weapon. Let's put that there. And let's go announce Green's supply drop. Green is located all the way in Leaky Test Lab, all the way by their self. So let's announce this. Alright, round 3 is going to be a bunch of traveling. So red is traveling to radar, but there's someone there. Alrighty, red has moved to Burger King and they use their supply beacon. Blue is moving to military radar. Alrighty, we have our first battle on our hands, guys. Blue versus orange. Let me show you how I do this. So, first, I'm going to go over to orange and check what class they are. They are warrior, which means they can't do anything about it. So, now what we're going to do is tell them that they are being attacked. Now we tell them to pick an armor and weapon. So then we go back to the person who is attacking, which is blue, and we tell them to pick armor and weapon. And then once I do that, I'll do some calculations and show you guys how attacking works. Alrighty, blue is ready. He's using a chicken sword and ruby armor. So first, let's take 1 through 5. This is their base damage. They do 2. Their class is ninja, so that doesn't affect that. So they have 2. Then we go over and find their chicken blade, which is 1, so their attack is now 3. So their attack is 3. And then we take their ruby armor, which is, I believe, 8. So they have 3 attack, 8 armor. Then we go over to the person who's being attacked. They use emerald armor. I believe that's all I have. That is all I have. They are warrior, though, which means we can take the base value, which is 4. Then we add up warrior, which means 6 attack. And then emerald armor is going to be, I believe, 9. 9 armor. Alright, so then what we do is we got to do some math and figure out what happens here. So 3 attack against 9 armor. That's going to be -6. And then we have 6 attack against 8 armor, which is -2, which means orange won. However, chicken sword. What that does is, if we look at chicken sword, if you lose, you can drop all your gear and fly away to another location. Alrighty, so blue, since they lost and they had the chicken sword, that means they get to lose everything, and that means they get to fly to the yellow desert. Now let's put them in the yellow desert over here, and now we're going to delete all of their gear because they died and they used the chicken sword. Next up is green. They're over there at the supply drop, and I believe supply drop has 8 items currently. Yes, it does. So here we go. We get to do a big supply drop loot. There we go. That's going to be a 7. That means they get a radar beacon, which this can be pretty good. And let's put this in their equipment. There we go. And then orange is going to loot, and let's let them loot. That's going to be 1 through 18, generate that. 17, go over and get it. That's going to be vegetable soup. That's a pretty dang good item, if I do say so myself. Next up is gray. They are going to loot at Discord Island. That means they get a 20. List of items, let's go figure out what that is. They get the void. This is a very strange weapon, and it can be very good. So let's go to gray and put that in their equipment. Alrighty, now we gotta do purple. Purple has moved to the giant rift, which means it's purple versus yellow. So apparently I skipped yellow. Yellow is gonna go to old ruins. I didn't see that. And then that means purple is safe to go to their location, which is giant rifts. I originally was gonna have them fight, but we're good now. We're all good. And then finally we have aqua, who's trying to travel to old ruins. And that is gonna be a fight, actually. Let's do their damage. They don't have any armor, unfortunately, so let's generate this. That's going to be 5. That's very good. Plus their battle axe, which is going to give them 7. So that's going to be a total value of 12 damage. And they could have gone for the crossbow to try and get that 8, but it's good. 12 damage, no armor. And then let's go over here, and let's do Oleg's thing. Warhammer, and no armor. So Warhammer is going to be 7, crit chance of 40. So first of all, let's get their base damage, 2. Okay, plus 7 is 9. Now it's a 40% crit chance, which means it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Wait, 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that'll be a crit. It is a crit. That is great for Oleg, yellow team. So that means it's going to do 14 damage, plus the 2 damage, so that's going to be 16 damage, plus the vegetable soup, so that's 16 damage, and 2 armor because of the stew. This fight is pretty easy. It's 12 damage and 2 armor versus 16 damage and 2 armor. So unfortunately, Aqua Team has fallen. They have died because the other person got a crit. Good job. That is going to be the end of round 3 or 4. I lost track. And yeah, first death has happened.